Oh no, you nerds. We are live. This is the GoProArena podcast. This is the first actual podcast of the GoProArena series. Last week I know Last week I know I did a short podcast. It was like 7 minutes and it obviously wasn't very long. It just kind of gave you guys a little synopsis of the show, let you know what to expect. So this is going to be the first podcast, hopefully the full-length podcast. Got a lot to go over, I suppose. One thing I'm very excited about is I got my brand new computer completely, fully set up. My case is the Dragon Rider case. Has a shit ton of fans on it. I love it. Couldn't ask for a better case. The cooling function on it is just phenomenal. I got the motherboard, which is a Fatality Gaming motherboard, and that's really great. And obviously I gotta have the dual graphics cards. Who's not gonna not have that for a gaming computer? Especially a streaming computer at that. God, sorry. Gonna have to bear with me on the throat clearing. Got something, I don't know. Probably from the Guinness that I'm drinking. But anyway, got the dual graphics cards in it. And got the 8-core processor finally put in it. So, very happy with it. I got a brand new 23-inch HD monitor. And what a blessing that is, let me tell you. Because I come from a 19-inch LCD, maybe even an 18-inch LCD, I don't know. But it was garbage. It was terrible. So I upgraded, got the 23-inch monitor, and then I have my 19-inch monitor or 18-inch monitor, probably a 19-inch monitor. I mean, give me some credit, as my dual monitor. So it's helped a lot. It actually, dual monitor helps in my streaming with my shoutcasts. So I'm excited about that. As you guys know, I've been shoutcasting the After Hours Gaming League, and you can check them out at afterhoursgaming.tv. As most of you know, Day 9 pretty much runs After Hours Gaming. It was started up by him, and it's for companies to play against each other. And if you're in League A, you play for, some money that you can donate to a charity of your choice. So it's a cool thing. A lot of the employees are getting into it. They have a B League also, and that's the league that I'm casting in. And it's been a lot of fun. Last week I casted Week 1, and I had the honors to do Rapid Share versus VA, or EA. And it was a lot of fun. There was 4 matches that were played. We didn't have to go into an ace match, and Rapid Share beat EA 3-1. So that, it wasn't too brutal. They didn't, the matches were pretty close. But week 2, I am. God, why can't I think of who I'm playing? Let me look up. Casting. Let me look up who I'm casting. If I even have it. Knowing my luck, I don't even have it. And I'm drawing a blank on who I'm casting. So, I know one of them's AMD. I'm casting AMD for one of them. Why can't I think of the other one? Anyway, I know I'm casting AMD versus someone. So, tune in Sunday or Monday to find out how those matches went. Most of the time, like I said, I try to shoutcast them live. But I don't think this Sunday I'll be able to shoutcast them live. There's just a ton of stuff that's going on right now. Tomorrow I actually have to go and fix on my truck and get it back to working order. Last week I sent it in to get a oil change, and first they told me that my serpentine belts it's going out and it's got chunks in it, which it's true. It really does had chunks in it. So I told them to replace that. That was $80. My oil change was $65. Then they told me that I was leaking engine coolant really bad. And they showed it to me, and I was leaking engine coolant really bad. However, they couldn't fix it. So I had to take it somewhere else to fix it. So I took it to the other place, which is going to be nameless, and they wanted to charge me $65 for the part and $377 to put the part in. Now, mind you, the part sits on top of the engine, in front of the engine. It's actually the temperature sensor housing unit, which connects to the thermostat housing unit. It's really easy to take off. It's really easy to find. So I said, nope, not going to do it. I'm not a sucker. So I left there, bought some engine coolant so I could make it home, which I didn't have to actually put any in. But anyway, I made it home, and I searched around, and I ended up getting the part for $24. So just a little heads up, if you think that you can fix something yourself, buy the part, take a little time, fix it yourself. That's the best advice that I can give you. Anyway, I know you probably already know that, so whatever. Let's move on. Let's get off. This isn't the Car Talk podcast. This is the GoProArena podcast, right? Anyway, I did some updating as well, hardware-wise. Just real quick, I wanted to give this out. Instead of using my headset and getting the hissing sound, which you'll get, and it sucks, and people hate listening to it, I went ahead and got the Blue Mountain Ice Ball microphone. And it's really nice. It's a USB microphone. It's got a tripod stand for it. Like for a desktop tripod stand, I guess. But anyway, it's really nice, and I like the sound that comes out of it. I sound good. Of course, I'm running my voice through a $400 program, but that's besides the fact. And, yeah, pretty excited about that. So now when I shoutcast, I'll actually have a good microphone so you don't hear any of the background hissing or fans or whatever. You know, it'll sound crystal clear. Some of the things that I'm going to be moving into is, you know, After Hours Gaming League is kind of, you know, they gave me the opportunity to shoutcast, and I couldn't thank them enough. Akira, who kind of has been helping the B-League casters, has done an amazing job. Every time I've emailed him, he's replied back super fast. He was patient with everybody. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. He's been really great. So anyway, you know, every week I'm guaranteed to do a shoutcast for StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. However, I am getting into other shoutcasts. Like I said, GoProArena is to try to help get the spotlight on amateur teams. So with that said, if you have an amateur team that you really want to take pro, let me, you know, if you want, send me some replays. I'll shoutcast your replays. I'll throw them up. Or I will actually stream one of your matches live and throw them up. And you can contact me at GoProArenaShow@gmail.com and send me some replays or send me some times that your matches are coming up. I like to do Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, or League of Legends. So contact me, you know, give me a schedule and I'll see if I can get with you guys and do those things. StarCraft is, you know, every Sunday or Monday. It's pretty much my main to shoutcast, and my show that I stream will be that. But I am going to be switching to other games, and my second game that I'm mostly going to be shoutcasting for my GoProArena show is League of Legends. I mean, as you guys know, League of Legends is huge. It's, I mean, I honestly, when I first got into it in 2010, I played it a few times, but I wasn't really that impressed with it. I think at the time I played Ashe, Tristana, who else did I? That was pretty much it. Maybe Vigor or Vigar. But I sucked with him, so it didn't matter. But anyway, I stopped playing it for a while. It didn't really... I think I got to level 20. 21, 24, something like that. And I don't know. I guess I just got bored with it. So I stopped playing it. However, just recently, within the last 6 months, I came back to it. And I've had incredible fun. I don't know, I'm just addicted to it now. I come home and I want to play it. I want to shoutcast it. You know, I have my buddies online that I play with, and we started a team, which is Organization 13. You guys got to check it out. I stream a lot too, so if you guys could support me on my stream at twitch.tv/GoProArena. I get on quite often, and if you guys could go and follow me on there so you know when I get on, and you can come watch me play. You can come troll me, whatever you got to do, whatever makes you feel better, really, if you think about it. But anyway, I'm addicted to this game. I'm level 28, almost 29 now. I know, I've been playing it for 5 or 6 months, and I'm only just now about to hit 30. But, yeah, it's just amazing. I get on with my team. I'm a jungler, and, you know, I say I get on with my team, but we don't do ranked matches yet because I'm not 30. So I don't want you guys emailing me or writing me and saying, "You're not level 30. You can't play ranked games. You're a fucking liar." Yeah, I know. I get it. I can't play ranked games, but I still play with my team. So anyway, like I said, it's incredible. I'm a jungler, and I started learning with Shaco or Shaco, depending on how you want to pronounce them. And I was terrible at first, but now I'm pretty devastating. I do something that's kind of different, and I get trolled a lot in solo queues for it. And that is that my jungle route isn't, I guess you could say, the standard, and it freaks people out. And this is one thing that I can't stand about League of Legends, is every single person in this game, I don't give a shit who you are. Sometimes I can be faulted for it too, but they just want a cookie cutter play. You do this in the beginning every single time. You do this during the metagame every single time. You can't stray from the path. And if you do stray from the path, you get trolled for it. Am I right? I know every single one of you has been there. I know that at some point in your LOL career, it is inevitable that you'll get trolled. So, here I am in the beginning. I buy my machete. I get my potions. And I like to start red. Because if I get the red buff, well, I start Wraiths, then I go to red, then I go to the trolls, then I gank top, and then I try to go to enemy red or enemy blue, depending. So, you know, Shaco doesn't really need help in the jungle, because I start off with Jack in the Box on the Wraiths, then stack the Jack in the Box for the red buff, and I take him out that way, and I actually smite the Wraiths, and then just throw an extra box in the red and take him out. So anyway, when I start that, people freak out and they're like, why don't you take the blue? Take the blue! And I'm like, dude, I don't need the blue. I want to get the red so I get the attack power. Right? Or the attack damage. And people can't handle it. They freak out and they, you know, call me a noob or what have you. And it really doesn't matter because when I gank bottom and I get a double kill and get a kill in mid, it kind of changes the perspective of people. But also, here's a thing that you might want to think about if you're not magic dependent. If you're a jungler and you're not magic dependent, is anytime somebody wants to invade because of the standard in League of Legends, they always go where? That's right, they go blue. So, I like to go red. That way when they try to invade the jungle, they're wondering what the fuck is going on. Why isn't he taking blue? Oh, he's taking red, so we'll take blue. Which is fine for me. Because when I find out that they're invading, I take red, and then I go take their blue. So it still evens out. And if I'm a dick, I'll just go take the red. So, that's the way I like to do it, and I like to change things up. And I hate playing the, you know, exact cookie cutter that everybody expects you to play. And I just want to say that the troll level in League of Legends is insurmountable to any game I've ever played in my entire life. I came from a shitty community, which is Counter-Strike. And if anybody has ever played Counter-Strike, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I was a semi-pro gamer for, like I said, Team Overclocked and Team Ineffable. And you want to talk about trolling? Whoa. When I played in the Cow League, holy cow. As soon as your team started, you know, dominating other teams in that league in your division, the forums would just be spammed with hate. And I thought that that was bad, and really I thought that Counter-Strike had the worst community in the world. And that's no longer true, because League of Legends, hands down, has the worst community in the world. Has the worst trolls in the world, and it's downright hell, right? And you know why that is. I mean, it's not rocket science to figure out why they have the worst community. And it's because there's a lot of young teenagers who I'm sure has had the world given to them, and they hop on here. And I mean, it's not just that the world has been given to them, but it's just like that generation's mentality, right? They come from schools where everybody gets a star, you know, because it used to be when I was in school, like kindergarten through, you know, third grade, you know, not everybody got stars. If you were a loser, you didn't get stars. You know, if you didn't read your book, you didn't get a star. You know, and everybody wanted a star because at the end of the week, you got a prize, right? Whoever had the most stars. So obviously there's people that were like, oh yeah, I want to, you know, give me a star because I want that prize at the end of the week. And there's other people, other kids that just has that mentality that, you know, I really don't give a shit. I don't want a star. I don't need a star. So they didn't try. But that was my generation. You know, you got rewarded for the amount of work that you put into it, right? And I think that that's how it's supposed to be. But this generation growing up, coming to, you know, the ones that are in their younger teens, mid-teens, they came from a generation that everybody got a star, and at the end of the week, everybody got a prize. So growing up, they're used to that mentality of, well, we just get whatever we want. And you can tell that it carries over to these games where in my opinion, in League of Legends, there's high reward. You know, you make a mistake, and you get decimated. You get rocked. But if you don't make a mistake, and you play your champion right, there's high reward for that. And even if you win a game, there's high reward. So these kids get on here with that troll mentality of, if you don't do it perfect, if you don't do it like everybody else's way, then you're a noob, or you're a retard, or you need to slash uninstall, right? And it's just, it sucks. And, you know, I'm not even in the ELO, but I know that it's way worse than that. And I could only imagine what you guys have to go through in ELO hell. So, I don't know. I guess that they're changing ELO, and, you know, hopefully that'll help with the trolls. But, you know, this is the worst. Just like, I can take Shaco, get ready to gank, and I go bottom. Well, I notice that bottom support doesn't have a ward in the bush, in the river bush, right? So I'm thinking, well, before I gank bottom, I'll throw a jack-in-the-box in the river bush, come down and gank, and that way, if their jungler decides to go bottom, we'll know in advance, and we can, you know, make arrangements for that. So I throw my jack-in-the-box in the bush, and we try to gank bottom, and we are unsuccessful at ganking bottom. Guess whose fault is it? Apparently, it's the jungler's fault, because I put my jack-in-the-box in the bush before I put it in the lane to have some CC, right? And I'm thinking, no, it's because your support is a retard who didn't get a ward and throw it in the bush, like he should be doing. Maybe you should think about getting a sight stone so you don't have to spend all your money on wards, right? So it's my fault that we didn't get the kill. And that's how it is, period. I mean, it's nobody else's fault but their own. Well, I just said that wrong. They think that it's nobody else's fault. Or that it's everybody else's fault but their own. There you go. I knew I'd get it eventually. So anyway, that's just the stuff I suppose you have to deal with. And even though the community is shitty, there are some good people out there, but it's few far in between. But it doesn't seem to be hurting the game at all. So I'm excited about that. I like that. I like that it's not hurting the game. I guess there's a patch that came out, and probably yesterday, I would say. Let me take a drink. My mouth was getting a little dry, so I had to grab a refresher, as you will. But anyway, apparently there's a patch that came out, and there were some changes to people. Looks like to a lot of champions. And I want to go over Shaco's because I can, because that's my champion. And I want to do it live on the air, and there ain't a shit thing you can do about it. Right? But I hope that you still follow me, if you know what I mean. So anyway, Shaco, they made a change to hallucinate. Controlling the clone no longer reveals Shaco in the bush, which is nice. Fixed a bug that prevented Shaco from casting hallucinate for the rest of the game in certain circumstances. And if you know anything about Shaco, not being able to have your ult for the rest of the game would be terrifying, and it'd piss me off. And my team would probably rag on me, and they would say, Shaco! Shaco! Why don't you ever ult during team fights? Even though I told him, hey, I can't ult. My character's bugged. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. That was really the only fix they did to Shaco, so they didn't really nerf him, which I'm glad. I know Riven is a popular champion, and I'll read what they did for Riven. Base health, regen reduced to 6 from 10.4, debuff. Health regen per level reduced to 0.5 from 0.9, debuff. Valor, shield amount increased to 70, 100, 130, 160 to 190 from 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. So they gave her a buff on her shield. Blade of the Exile, cooldown increased to 110, 80, 50 seconds from 75, 60, 45. Targeting cone is now attached to Riven. And I mean, I agree. Riven was a powerful champion. And there's been games where she took top, completely held her lane against 2 other people. And one of those people was Darius, okay? Smoked them. So, I don't know. To me, the nerf seemed fair. She is a bitch anyway. Vi got some bug fixes, which I guess that's probably a good thing, even though she was already kick-ass. So I never played her, so I don't know what the bug fixes were. Just kind of going through some things. Besides champions, looks like items were affected in this patch. And Monomune, attack damage increased to 20 from 10. So Monomune got a little buff to it, which is nice. I know that... what champion was I wanting to jungle with? Oh, Yorick. Which, like I said, again, he's not your standard person that you would really jungle with. But I like to change it up. I want to freak people out when I come into the match and do the unexpected. So, anyway, one of his items that he gets for his core build is the Monomune, so I got a nice little buff. The Crystalline Flask, and this is an important one. Cost increased to 345 from 225, so got an increase in cost. And it now restores 120 health and 60 mana over 12 seconds, from 100 health and 40 mana over 10 seconds per charge. So, I don't know. I think that's good. It's not going to be an easy starting item now. But, I don't know. I like that change. And I heard from another podcast that you can use the buff that you get in the utility that restores health, plus use the Crystalline Flask or a health pot at the same time. However, you cannot use a Crystalline Flask and a health pot at the same time. So, something to keep in mind. Like I said, I heard it in another podcast. I'm not going to act like that was my thing. So, that's something to think about. Also, if during this podcast you can hear a little buzz, like that it's clipping, let me know, because I feel like I can hear it in my headphones, but I'm unsure. So, anyway, moving on. Last Whisper combines cost increase to 125 from 860. Total cost is now 2,300 from 2,135. So they increased the price of the Last Whisper. And like I said, I'm just going over some items that are like the most popular. Iceborne Gauntlet, duration of slow field reduced to 2 seconds from 3. Slow percentage reduced to 30% from 35%. Slowing field now displays team coloring. So, looks like they kind of evened it out. They made the slow percentage, they decreased it by 5%, and then the duration of the slow field, they decreased it by 1 second. So, it's whatever. Philosopher's Stone now correctly grants 5 gold per 10 seconds, was 4 gold per 10 seconds. So, let's see. we're gonna go over masteries. The only thing they did was pickpocket now displays a buff timer after attacking to show the time before gold can be earned again. This brings me to a real quick point that I just remembered. They changed the jungle again for you junglers out there. So if you're jungling, just know that they decrease the monster's health and they increase the main monster's health. So in the Wraiths, the main monster, they increased its health by all of the health that they decreased from the smaller monsters. So, I don't know, I played it last night as Trundle. It didn't seem to affect it much. And you get more gold from the bigger monsters. So, I don't know, it was nice. I didn't really see much of a change. Like I said, I played Trundle in the jungle last night, and I don't know, I owned with him, so it was good. Ranked. Added a new provisional medal for players and teams that are in their placement matches. All players and teams have been temporarily set to this medal in preparation for Season 3. So, that's cool. In the general fixes, the turrets now prioritize minions in the following order. Player-owned minion, Tibbers, Zyroplants, I don't know what that means. Super minions, canyon minions, melee minions, casters. It looks like in that order, yeah. So they prioritize in that order. So it goes player-owned minions, super minions, cannon minions, melee minions, caster minions. So, anyway, I'm not going to go over much of the general crap there. That's pretty much all the patches. If you guys want, you can look up the patches yourself. Just go to na.leagueoflegends.com. Check it out. I'm going to make this podcast. I'm probably going to get ready to end it. I'm hearing a lot of crackling in my headphones. And I don't know if it's affecting my audio. And if it is, it's going to piss me off. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the podcast. This is Technical with GoProArena. Don't forget to check me out at www.facebook.com/GoProArenaShow, www.twitch.com or www.twitch.tv/GoProArena, and www.twitter.com/GoProArena. And this is Technical, and I will talk to you guys next week. Oh, shit, everyone. I decided not to end the podcast just yet. Apparently, and I guess this is going to be a con for either my program or for the mic. I haven't figured it out yet. But I restarted the program, came back in. Everything sounded crystal clear again, so I don't know if it's my program freaking out or if it was my microphone, but pretty sure it was the program. For $400 though, it shouldn't be doing that, right? It should be a golden program. I should be able to talk and it type everything into speech, into text, so I can post this transcript, right? Excuse me, just taking a quick drink. But anyway, things are back to normal. It's not going to be too much longer, but I just wanted to get on and say that, you know, I appreciate you guys supporting me in this podcast. You know, it's still a work in progress, you know, and I'm going to be adding a lot more things to it. It's been a crazy week for me, so I haven't had much time to get the things done that I wanted to get done. But I do promise you that it will be better in the future. And just so you guys know, like, don't freak out if I go on a rant about the government or I go on a rant about Bigfoot or aliens. Which I believe are true, by the way. I think there's definitely aliens out there. and I might sound crazy. That's okay. I don't wear a tin hat on my head or anything like that. But definite aliens out there, for sure. Have I ever seen one? No. Definitely think I've seen a spaceship, though, one time. But anyway, I also believe that Bigfoot's real, just so you know. Definitely think Bigfoot's real. So, I mean, I've never seen it, obviously. But I know people on shows who have, so that means it's real. Anyway, this week, tomorrow I'll be doing week 2 of the After Hours Gaming League. The video should be up by Monday. I won't be able to do it live. Well, I'll be doing it live, but it'll be the replays live. So, how about this? I'm going to make an executive decision. I'll be busy all day tomorrow working on my truck, because I work in the morning anyway. So, Monday, 7 p.m. is when I'll start Central Time. Go to www.twitch.tv/GoProArena. Monday, 7 p.m., I will be casting. And it'll be StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm, and it'll be... I apologize, I gotta look this up. I was not prepared for this. But I will be casting AMD, and apparently I don't remember my password. And you can probably hear my keyboard, which is alright, I don't really care. Let's see. I don't know why, but I definitely clicked on the wrong email. Alright. I'm almost there, guys. Don't worry. Hopefully you're still with me. And, of course, why wouldn't I? Why would I pick the wrong one? Why wouldn't I? Why am I not finding this very easy? I really want to get the correct name of who I'm casting. And here we go. Here we not go. What the heck? How is that not right? I am just looking real quick. Last week I did Rapid Share versus EA. And this is going to piss me off, because I had to see that email. Oh, week 2. No? Okay, anyway, I can't find it right now for whatever reason. Let me see. AMD. I want to say Oracle. Finally, right? You guys are probably like, wow, that took way too long. And I don't blame you. Anyway, tomorrow I am casting AMD versus Oracle. So it should be a good game. I mean, I don't care. B-League or not, it doesn't matter. Last week there were some really good games. And I'm going to post those games from last week, the Rapid Share versus EA, to my podcast site. Be sure to go to... Let me figure it out real quick. Let me make sure that this is right. I'm pretty sure it's right. Of course. I probably should have been a little bit more prepared, huh? But I mean, it's a work in progress. All podcasts are work in progress. I don't care who you are. The very first episode of anyone's podcast was not professional, right? So anyway, you can follow me on GoProArena Show.podomatic, PODOMATIC.com, and there you'll be able to find all of my episodes. So I'm going to post the link, if I can. I'm pretty sure I can on here. But I'm going to post the link to the Rapid Share vs. EA Week 1. So if you haven't already, it's already up on my Facebook, facebook.com/GoProArena Show. Check it out. I think you guys will enjoy the matches. I enjoyed casting them. They were pretty good. So check that out. And we're now 40 minutes in. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the podcast now that my mic isn't freaking out on me, because the crackling was really bothering me. So, like I said, follow me. Go to my twitch.tv/GoProArena Show, or GoProArena. Anyway. And watch me play some games. Troll me. I really don't care. I get it enough in League of Legends. So, keyboard and mouse, they're going to be playing in ESEA, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Be on the lookout for Kantian. Before I end this, I just have to say that if there is a player that is on the rise, I believe it's going to be Kantian with keyboard and mouse. They're doing decent in ESEA, but he, in my opinion, is definitely carrying the team. I watch him. He does a phenomenal job. It's a 3K from him, which is a 3-kill headshot when he was holding down a base, but I thought it was awesome. It was with his pistol, so he was holding down the A site and DE Dust, which blows. I think it should be taken out of the rotation. I have bad juju with that map. I think it's bullshit. That, along with Nuke, DE Nuke, that should be taken out. But anyway, be on the lookout for Kantian, because I definitely think he's on the rise. If he doesn't do it with Counter-Strike Global Offensive, I mean, definitely be on the lookout for him in League of Legends. I know, is going to be starting to playing that. And, but, he has opportunities right now. And, I think you should check him out. I am going to be next week casting Keyboard and Mouse's match live. I don't know, Monday or Tuesday. I tried to last Monday and Tuesday, but the spectate server was messing up, so it wasn't working properly, and every time I tried to spectate, it wouldn't let me in. It just kept erroring, timing out, that nature. So I wasn't able to get in. ESEA kind of needs to get their stuff together when it comes to that. They have a lot of problems with those spectate servers, and it makes my job harder, because that's basically what I need them for. So anyway, I promise this time I'm going to end the podcast. This is Technical with GoProArena. Tune in next week, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.